Welcome back. We're joined by the host of Doc Talk, Pat Becker, and she's brought in email questions from her loyal viewers. Welcome back.
Thank you so very much. We've got some good ones today.
Very good ones.
Do. Starting with Harold and Enid, he says, my dog Sammy, a German Shepherd, is 3 years old. He developed the habit of jumping on people as a puppy, which wasn't bad then. It's bad now because he's 84 pounds. So now he doesn't know what to do because they didn't train them. They need your help.
Exactly. And this is the problem, especially when they get a puppy, because generally it's with a family, and Shepherds are like this. They love to play and love to roll and do things like this. I have a problem with that in that when you do that, you teach them that it's okay. So the kids roll with him until he jumps up. How high can you put your paws? Doesn't stop. You see, that is the problem. So there is a way to train them even though it's past that particular time. When you roll and tumble with them, it should be outside. Should never be in the house. This gives them direction that way. But if they are older and you want to retrain them for it, what they do is that if they try to jump up, you back off and let them fall. In other words, they jump up, you back off, they hit the ground with their front paws. Turn around and ignore them. What they're looking for is that attention. You see? So you have them come to you when you see them approaching. You say sit. You teach them to sit. You give them a treat. Good boy, good boy. This gives them the attention they want. Then turn around and walk off. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that gives them instruction that they can get attention, but they get no attention when they jump up.
Okay, that's good.
That's
Boy,
good
there's
to
nothing
know.
worse than going to somebody's house who has a dog, and that dog just jumps on you instantly and they don't do anything.
I know.
I hate
It's
that.
awkward.
Yes, it is.
It is. Next is Sarah from Ardmore. She says, I've always loved big dogs. I've had a Lab, a Great Dane, a Golden Retriever, a Doberman. She goes on and on. All of them developed hip dysplasia. Am I saying that right?
I don't
Yes,
know. That's the girl next to you, not me. She's the expert.
That's it.
At an early age, which breeds of dogs have fewer hip problems? My last dog passed away a year ago, and she's ready to find a new friend.
Aww.
Well, and this is an interesting thing because over the years when I have done my research, and there is a list of dogs that are not as prone to this kind of thing. Interestingly enough, a lot of them are Middle Eastern dogs, which is interesting.
Yeah.
You get a dog structurally which is square, you know, very balanced. You have a very strong dog on front and back, you know, muscles and bones. You get a dog with a longer back and a higher front. All of the weight goes then on the rear, right?
Yeah.
Dogs that are very athletic can get this thing too, even those that are not predisposed. But the list of dogs that I have, Australian Terriers are very good. Not Australian Shepherds. Australian Terriers are very good for that. The Borzoi, which is a Russian type dog, long-haired, beautiful dog. Saluki in that same kind of frame. Isban Hound, Canaan Hounds, Pharaoh Hounds, all of those are Middle Eastern dogs, which are interesting. The Belgian Sheepdog, as averse to a Australian Sheepdog, is very strong. Schipperkes, which is a small dog, they're very, very square dogs. Basenjis, they're small dogs, very, very square. So if you're looking for this kind of thing, I would suggest to this woman that she looks for the breeds which are built anatomically square.
Okay.
Okay.
Good answer. Well, here's another one, and this one I think everybody can relate to. It's been raining a lot lately, and every time my dogs go outside to do their business, they come in with wet and muddy feet. That's right. This is Gail and Enid asking this. Someone suggested putting doggy boots on them or making them stay in the garage on rainy days. Neither of those options seem viable to me. Do you have any suggestions?
I would agree with her. Neither one of those is viable. The thing that you want to do, and I have told people this before, and some people forget, some people didn't hear it, but you go to the stores like Lowe's or Home Depot, and you get a painter's cloth, which is the wide cloth that painters use to put on the carpet or the tile so that the paint, if they're painting a wall, does not get on that. So these are very worthy as far as not letting the moisture come through, because that's important when you're painting, obviously. So it doesn't let the moisture come through. They are long. They come sometimes in 16-foot lengths. So you can arrange it where the dog, when the dog comes in the house, walks on these, the muddy paws or the water gets off on these claws, and it doesn't go into the rest of the house. It really works.
Pat, you're brilliant.
That's
All
good.
this time I've been wondering what to do. That is brilliant. And you can probably wash them too afterwards, right?
It's what you call experience. Has taught me.
Right? You know what? My dog growing up had a Pomeranian. She would wipe her feet before she came in.
Yes, that's nice.
Yeah, most dogs don't do that.
I was like, wow, this is an awesome dog. Yeah.
Pat, you have blown my mind. Thank you. You have saved my carpet.
You're very welcome.
Okay, here's one more. Miss Williams Carter. And she asks, our church group has a safe house for women and children who are victims of domestic abuse. Some of them come with their pets. We're not really able to take pets, but sometimes women won't leave them in the abusive relationship. They're afraid that their animals will be abused or killed. So is there an organization which will take pets in this situation temporarily or other?
And I have gotten some calls before from women who say, you know, I'm in a bad situation here. Can you take my pup, or is there a place to put this pup? Very sad. Domestic abuse, of course, is a very, very, very big issue. And it seems to be escalating for some reason or another. I guess the way the world is, you know. So the problem is women won't leave their homes without their pets, a lot of them. So they endure the abuse. The children endure the abuse. Now, it is true that generally an abusive spouse will practice that abuse on an animal. To threaten the spouse, you leave me and I'm going to kill this animal. Yeah. Now, there is a law in the state of Oklahoma that says all pets are products. They are not, they are owned, you see, as products. They are possessions. We don't consider them as in the animal thing. There's nothing secular about that. So a person can say, well, hey, I pay the bills, you know, I paid to have this dog spayed or neutered, you know, and that belongs to me. So the abusive spouse can claim that legally. So you have to get a restraining order which includes that kind of section to it. There is an organization in Tulsa. We don't have one in Oklahoma City yet, but there is one in Tulsa, DVIS, which is an organization that takes in these animals. As a matter of fact, they are partnering with PetSmart and Petco and some of these big organizations to build a facility for this. Wow. They have foster care and things of that sort. But there is a huge need, and I would ask people to think about that. The YMCA, I spoke with a woman the other day, and she said it's really sad because we can't take their pets. We have to do something with them. So a lot of them leave the area and go back into the abusive relationship. It's very sad.
Man, I never think about that.
Well, maybe we can do something here about it and open one up here. That's great. Well, thank you very much.
It would be. Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. Don't forget to catch Dog Talk Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. And I'm going to be on there pretty soon.
Yeah.
I think Saturday.
Oh, Saturday.
Oh, there you go. Wonderful.
There you go.
It was
Set your alarm Saturday mornings.